Hi friends, so today we'll be seeing a beautiful story of Evelyn Glenn. This is the Sound of Music part 1. So let's get started. And by the way, it is class 9. Be hype. So let's get started. So I'm just going to give you guys a summary. So after you listen to this, go through your textbook and your classwork so that you'll be thorough with this chapter. And there's a part 2 of this which will be uploaded soon. So Evelyn Glenn, she belonged to a rural area in Scotland farm, and she was grown up in that area, and her parents were also in the field of music. But her mother noticed some problem with her at the age of 8, and she could not hear at the school program. She was like in a piano program, and when her name was called, she was not able to tell yes ma'am it's me. She was not able to tell that she was not able to respond. She was just standing, she was not able to hear. And then her mother realized, and her mother's name is Isabel Green, she was not able to answer. And at 11 years, her studies and her school performance and her marks were deteriorated means got lowered. At that time, her headmistress told her parents to take her to a specialist, and then put her with hearing aids. But when she got to 11 years, she was profoundly deaf. Means hearing aids also won't work. Hearing aids are for people who have low hearing. To enhance the hearing, only hearing aids are there. So by the age of 11 to 12, she was totally deaf. Profoundly deaf means totally deaf. And then she told that everything turned back, and her life turned into darkness just into 1 second. She had a normal life of a teenager girl, and then suddenly everything turned back. But she didn't give up. She was determined to live a normal life like all people, and to pursue her dream in music. And one of her school days, she saw a girl playing xylophone, and she also decided she wanted to play xylophone. But at that time, all the teachers discouraged her, thinking that she won't be able to do it because she's deaf, like totally deaf. But a man named Rob Forbes, Robforbes, who was a very well-known percussionist is instruments which vibrate. Like when we play drums, it vibrates, like drums and tabla and xylophone and all that. So he was a percussionist who was very well known, and he saw the potential in Evelyn, and he decided to train her. And what he told Evelyn while training her is, try not to hear the music but to sense it in some other way. And she did it, and she sensed the music through her foot, her hands, her fingers, her body, her hair. And she's also known as a multi percussionist because she plays literally thousands of different kinds of instruments. So how he trained her was, there were two drums, which is upper side of her waist, and one was below her below her waist. And he played two drums, and he was able to tell which was on the upper side of her waist and which was on the lower side of her waist. And she was with a lot of sheer passion and with sheer hard work, she was able to master all these. And then she was given so many awards, and she trained in the Royal Academy of London. Because she's from a Scottish farm, she was very scared at the starting, and she got very famous. And she trained in Royal Academy in London, which is a very famous place. And she got a lot of awards, and getting one of the highest scores. She was doing like a group. Orchestral means it's like a group performance. Orchestral means there are a people of you can see her performances. It's there on YouTube, and it's a group of orchestral performances. But she changed into solo performances. As she got more popular, she changed into solo performances. And by inspiring a lot of people despite her busy schedule, she gave free concerts in prisons and hospitals. And she also trained young musicians for taking up the art. But she never accepted her heroic achievements. She says it pours in through her every part of her body. It tingles in the skin, cheekbones, and even my hair. When she's like playing the xylophone or any percussion instrument, she removes her shoes because and her concerts, because then only she can feel the vibration very well. And Anne Ricklin, she's from the Beethoven Fund and for deaf children. She says that Evelyn Glenn is a shining star inspiration for deaf children, saying that because she's an inspiration, because she is deaf and she does so much. And the deaf children think that if she can do it, I can do it, the confidence related. And another person called as James Blade also said that God may have taken her singing but gave her something extraordinary back. But what we hear, she feels far more deeply than any of us. That is why she expresses music beautifully. And she expresses herself as a workaholic. That means that people who can't stop working, they just don't know how to stop working. And this was written by Deborah Crowley, and this is pretty much all it, you guys. And this is such a beautiful story of Evelyn Glynn. There are more inspirational stories coming up. And by the way, guys, the part 2 of the story name is Bismillah Khan Shahnai. It's going to be coming soon, so make sure you like, share, and subscribe for the part 2. Bye.